Good morning. I'm coming to you today from the cockpit of Bristol 564 Bravo Lima. It's a sunny day in Arizona, a little bit chilly, so I've got a jacket on, and for many of you, you're still in the throes of wintertime. So I'm coming to discuss the difference between currency and proficiency. Now, before we get started, it's been a while since I've dropped by your computer to have a chat. The airplane fell out of annual in the fall, and then my mechanic fell into a health problem, so he was unavailable. And so basically there was no flying, and other things took precedence, and then the holidays came about, and here we are in January. So I'll spare you the further details. Anyway, as January turns into February and February into March and the thaw begins, many of you will have their thoughts turn to flying once again. And so there are two things to think about. Currency, primarily, is up to the FARs to define whether you're current or not. Now that's easy. If you're a VFR day aviator, 3 landings, takeoffs within 90 days. If it's been longer than 90 days, off you go for 3 circuits around the pattern. Bingo! You're current. Proficiency is an entirely different animal. Proficiency is between you, the pilot, and you, the pilot. Are you proficient? Now, if you're in a basic aircraft with a basic panel, the 6-pack, and a yoke, the distance between rustiness and proficiency may be short. Pull back, the houses get smaller. Push in, the houses get bigger. Left and right. If you're in a technological wonder, Garmin G1000, G3X, whatever it might be, that proficiency may be more elusive. Which button to push, when, could be confusing. Maybe some chair flying, or not chair flying, cockpit flying. Hook your aircraft up to an external power source so you don't drain the battery, and push some buttons and refresh yourself with, how do I get from here to there, not cross-country wise, but a destination from your fingertip to the panel to get what you want to see on that panel. So when you're traveling over the ground, anywhere from 80 to 180 knots, depending on your aircraft, and you need something right now, you know how to access that. It's, once again, a question you need to answer. Can you do it on your own, flying along? Yes, you can. But you may be well advised to get a CFI, an aviator friend, to go along and give you a non-biased opinion of how well you do. Something to evaluate how well you're doing while you're doing it. Because a layoff, depending on your experience level, can be a challenge to climb back in and go fly. Because when you decide to take your family or your gal pal or guy pal for that first spring fly-in breakfast, that's not the time to say, now, how do I do that again? Landings and takeoffs and logbook entries can make you current, but they don't guarantee proficiency. And depending on the complexity of that panel, can determine your proficiency. So, comes the time to fly, don't just take a lot for granted. Make sure you're ready for the task at hand. It's more than those 3 takeoff and landings you put in your logbook. So, that being said, short and sweet, something we take for granted lots of times until the rubber meets the road and we say, shit, I should have thought of that before I'm here. And so I just want to remind everyone of that. Hopefully everyone had a good holiday, and as the calendar spins to warmer, more favorable flying weather, do it safely. Bye for now.